what's happening here. Okay. This is going to be an interesting stream. Let's see what we can do here. Figure anything out. Let's see. Nope, that is here. Okay. Let's check this out. Nope. All right. Finally, it took me a long time to get that going. All right. And I'm going to turn off my sound, so I have no idea. There we go. Better. Been trying for almost an hour to get a live stream going, and something's up with my computer, and it said, I don't think so. No live streaming through me today, but my phone is perfectly happy to work with me. Go phone, go. I'm making stretch bracelets. I've got a farmer's market season coming. Hopefully the destroyed farmer's market can be moved to a new location, because there was a tornado that went through the town where I set up at, and it damaged the area. And it is a large gathered farmer's market, a lot of vendors. So it's not easy to replace the space and get us all accepted, and it's going to be a whole thing. Hopefully we will be hearing about that very soon, like any day now, and I'll have something to do. But I've also got an event coming up on Saturday. Yeah, you look good, you look good. One more, because I am not sure if I did 2 or if I did 3. So we're going to do an extra, and there might be 4, and that's okay, because these beads have a 1 millimeter hole, which makes it much easier to deal with a larger knot if you are going to deal with them. All right, fantastic. Let me grab another strand of beads here. I'm working on bracelets. I've got hundreds and hundreds of bracelets to make, and that's all there is to it. This is what's going on in my life right now. Beads, and more beads. Let's check out some blue ones. That's cool. Take these off. Get them out of the way. They need to go into a container for storage, but I don't have one near me, so that's all right. Let's work here. I'm going to pull all of the beads down to the knot. If it'll let me. Yeah. Just a bit of tension here. These beads. You might have issues with the needle on this, just because these beads seem like they're pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to cut the string here. Leave the knot on the end, and then I've got the free end that no longer has a knot in my hand. Take my beading needle, and I'm going to stick it right through there. carefully go, you know, as fast as you need to. You might need to turn your needle. You might need to fiddle with it. Like I said, sometimes this plastic cord, this, isn't always the same thickness all the way through. You might have to take it off and rework with it a little bit. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh yeah, there's a bit of thickness there. That's all right. Take your bead off, work it through the needle, and keep going, just like that. Okay. I prefer to work with a paper plate because it is the right size to rest this on without having the beads fall, and it'll hold your needle really well. A regular size paper plate. Let's see if I got one here. Yes, I do. Perfect. These paper plates have been in my craft collection for about 5 years now. We had bought a pack for a barbecue or for something like that, and when we opened it up, there were oil marks from whatever machine did the printing on here, and we weren't going to eat off of that. So I've been using them for crafts ever since, and that's totally fine. They are very handy, and I think it was a pack of 100 plates, and I've had it for quite a while now. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to look with the black stretchy cord. We're just going to try it out. If it doesn't look very good, that's fine. I've got white here, and that'll give it a different tone. I'm going to slide that. There's a hook at the top of this needle. Slide it under that, and we'll pinch it right there so I can lay it down on my plate, and it'll pull right through. Okay, now I'm going to hold that piece right here with my fingers and go and collect my free end here. So one of those is still connected to the roll, and that's going to help me save all kinds of material. I'll waste less. And even with having a tag end here, a tail end that's going to be cut off, those scraps can be reused for smaller projects like elastic rings. So don't just throw away your snips and bits and things like that. If you're a crafter, you probably don't anyway. First knot, second overhand knot locks the first one into place, and the third one sets the entire knot into something that doesn't come loose when you're stretching it and bouncing it and bopping it around, as you know, everybody who wears stretch bracelets likes to do. We like to snap them, we like to fiddle with them, we like to do all kinds of things. All right, slide my knot. I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty nice. I don't need to swap my color out for anything. All right, got one done. Come on, get off there. Get off of there. I'm going to spin this so that it's kind of out of the way while I'm working here. I've got to make as many of these as possible today, and I'm only going to do this little stream for a little while because I've actually got, I need to go water my chickens. They were low this morning. See, another problem. That's fine. I usually don't have a problem, but once every few strands of beads, it's surprising to have it twice in a row on one strand. That's all right. I hope you guys can hear me and I'm not being too quiet. It's early. I don't think I've had enough caffeine. Tea, coffee, whatever, something. Maybe a spoonful of honey. I don't even know. Just some sugar. I'm tired. And that's totally fine. Okay. Set you down off to the side here. Yeah, this blue is a little problematic. Might pick a different color for the next strand. Where are you at? Where's your tip? There you are. Okay. I'm going to check it. I want it to be just a bit longer than the bead strand right there so that I have the ease of tying it. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. Stick the needle under. Pull tight. Lay it down. Yep, paper plate works well. Come on, guys. I know. There was a few. Gotcha. Grip it tight at the end so that loop doesn't come out. If your loop pops out, you're just going to lose some beads off of the end here. And so what you do, hold on, let's see, show you what you do here. So I lost 4 beads there. No big deal. All right. Oh, wrong needle. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to grab those beads, and I'm going to put them on. Now, if you hold your needle loose, you can slide them to the end and just go back and pick up your next one. Not always easy. I prefer to hold them in my hand. Get some better angle. All right, we've got our beads back on the needle, and I'm going to take my hook right here, and I'm going to slide it back on the loop. Okay, and yeah, we're just going to slide our beads back down there to the bottom and put them back on. That's it. If you panic, things happen. But if you stay calm, you can just pick them back up, put your beads on, tie your knot. It's fine. All right, so we've got our stuff there. I've got my string through the loop. I'm going to start moving my beads to the other side here. All right, and we pull that down. 1, 2, and 3. Slide the knot under the bead. Put it with the other one. All right, let's see if we can get this to move a little bit better this time. Nope. Immediately a no. That's all right. I'm going to do something though because it's having such an issue. I'm going to go ahead and snip this end. Maybe. I'm going to snip it. Okay. Cool. Got it. I think I might have a bead too small. I do. All right. It happens. It's all right. I'm not going to fill it all the way up because I want to make different sizes of bracelets. I get all kinds of people that buy from me. I get people with thicker wrists. I get little bitty children, and little just people who with small wrists, and that's a whole thing. And I want it to vary in size, especially since I have so many beads of the same color. There are this strand here, and then I've got another full strand of the same blue. So yeah, I want to make a few different sizes if I can. It's an awfully small hole, but that'll be all right. If you can find one of these trays, and I got this, I believe, from a Dollar Tree, and it was $1 or $1.25. These are perfect for what I'm doing here. It's just a little snack divider tray, which these are great anyway. These are great if you have kids. You can kind of see what they're eating. Put out, everybody loves bento style things, and that's kind of how you can do this. Give them different snacks, fresh vegetables, and whole grains, whatever you're doing. 2, 3. If I don't count, I will lose count. I swear. I'm too sleepy not to count. Snip, snip. Put my piece over there. Slide the knot under. Move on. Okay. Come on. Let's go all the way through. piece at the top. Now, what the heck? I'm too tired. I'm too tired to fiddle with you. I'm too tired. I'm so tired. My southern accent's thicker and thicker, I believe, by the moment. And I'm not that tired. I had a great night's sleep. I think. I don't think I had any horrible dreams. Nothing went funny. Which is great. Good dreams are good. No dreams are equivalent to good dreams, if you know what I mean. It's just absence. Peaceful sleep. Hopefully it's peaceful sleep. You never know. There we go. Put it on the hook. Slide it on through. These don't take me very long at all. I've timed myself. It takes me between 1 to 4 minutes to make a stretch bracelet. Between 1 to 4 minutes, depending on, I guess, sleepiness and how I'm doing that day. I don't even know. 1, 2, 3. You ever get those days where you're just a little bit more clumsy and you drop everything? And I've had those days where I end up making almost every single bead by hand. And by hand, I mean, I've dropped all of the beads off the needle repeatedly, so it's no longer on the line, and I've got to hold all the beads and work on it out of the palm of my hand. So by hand, literally, in a way. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me grab the other blue bead strand. All right, so here we go. Is the other one. I'm going to do what I did before. I guess that's a sign when my beads won't slide. Nope, nope. Nope, they slid pretty easily. One second try there. Okay. Snip that. Leave my... I would prefer this to go the other way. I can't remember for sure, but I believe this is the way that it's easier for me to work with. Coming out this side. I'm going to use my other beads first. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's satisfying. The last round of beads off that, and they all came off perfectly. Ooh, knocked the camera. Good job, girl. All right, I'm going to flip this over. Oh, that seemed a lot better. All right, so I'm going to make a large bracelet for this one. This is a very pretty blue. All right, so pop the beads off the end here. You can hear my chicks. They're so mad. It's too cold for them to be outside today, but they got to be outside for the last 2 days in a row, and they liked it. But they're still only about 4 weeks old. So, all right, long bracelet. I'm going to give it an extra long tail here. Hopefully I'm on screen for this. Let me see. Yeah, not too bad. I'm doing all right with that. There we go. All right. Yeah. Flip this over. Grab my hook. Lay it down. I got a lot more to pull this time. So there's a long tail. I'm going to pull out a decent bit here. Like I said, long bracelet. Somebody with a thick wrist. So we pulled an extra bead off the end here too, so we'll make up for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to do 5. Okay, so 6. 6 extra beads for this bracelet. You know what? We'll do 7. You said just because. Grab that, just like if we were to accidentally let go. We got our beads on the end. Drop them down. Lay it down. Okay, take that, hold it. Okay. gonna be a big bracelet. I'm not worried about it. I've had a lot of cattle women and cattlemen come through, and butchers and miners, people with big wrists who work, who are good with their hands. 1, 2, 3. Right. Snap. Gave myself a good long tail on that one. That's all right. It is a big bracelet. I don't have big wrists. I have big hands. That's a whole thing all on its own. Okay. Stretch it. Ooh. Whew. Man. Okay. Moving forward. You know what? I'm going to show you guys how to do this without the needle, because it's useful. I need quite a bit of string. I'm going to do a 3-strand, because that's how that works. If I'm not going to use a needle, I either need to make one out of wire, or I need to make it out of the elastic itself, which is what I'm doing here. Come here, little guy, little tail. Go through my hole. 1 overhand knot. That's it. That's all I did there. Okay. And so I have a loop on this side, and then this is still attached to my roll over there. So this little string right here is going to be my needle. All right. So go ahead. I gave myself a lot there. I can make a big one, and that's fine. I won't do that. I want to be about as long as normal. And so add another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. Oop, dropped one. Gotcha. All right. So the benefit is this of this is that I don't have to worry about my needle not going through anything. All right. So this takes more time though. Oops. Takes more time. Let's see, they're just going to hang on there because there's 3 strands of elastic cord there. This is the composite elastic. I don't even know which one what this is called. I don't remember. This is crystal string, crystal thread. I want to say this is thread, but I don't know. If you were to stretch this little piece out, if you had a way to clip one side of it and clip the other and stretch it out, this is made of a bunch of different strands of elastic. So if that helps you find out which one you would like to use, this is great too, because as one strand cuts, you have all the other strands still intact, and it gives you a chance to not have your bracelet fall apart immediately. You should always pay attention to bracelets made of this. If you see fraying, if you see anything like that, fraying, specifically fraying, a bunch of the little fibers sticking out from around your beads, it is time to change your strand out. And it's going to hold up probably until you get home, or you know, just until you take it off. But it definitely holds up a little bit better than other cords that will just snap right through. Come on, go through the bead. There we go. And we are just pulling it onto our thing right here, guys. Slow. This is a slower process. One by one, by one, by one, by. Oh my gosh. No songs in your head today, girl. No songs in your head. Do, 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 do. So I scat. Okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get in there. We got it. Nobody watching this. It's so boring. It's not even satisfying. I don't think this is satisfying. Anybody but me. But it is a good skill to learn. This 3-strand. It's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. And there is a 2-strand, a 3-strand. Well, 1, 2, 3. I can do a 4. I've seen the 5, and I think I've done the 5 one time for some 10mm magnetic beads that were very heavy. And I wanted to make sure the bracelet in question was going to last. It was a nice lady. She had horrible, horrible pain in her ankles, her hands, and her feet. And I had made her, I had bracelets on hand. And she asked if I would make her an anklet. And so that's what happened. She got a bracelet and she got an anklet, and was really, really happy to have them. And she was nice too. It must have made her feel at least a little bit better, or she wouldn't have come back. She came back a week later, because the farmers markets are a week apart, and requested it. I don't want my stuff too close to the end here, but I still want to get all my beads on here. All right. What this means is that, come here, little dudes. There we go. All right. I want to hold. And pull. I gotta slide my knot a little bit. Come here, Dad. Alright, you know, it might not seem like I did much, but I just gave myself some extra room in a funny way. Alright. Get my stuff on here real quick. I'm making it worse. No. Oh. I'm losing my stuff. Hold and hold. No, don't get trapped up in stuff. Okay. There we go. That took too long. Just add a few beads. I want to say there's 5 here. 3. Yep, 4 and 5. Oops. Out of my hand. Okay. moving on. We are almost done. Finally. Finally. Gotcha. Okay. It needs to be held tightly. All right. What we're going to do is cut the knot off now. Cut that very tip. 2 of these strands are going to go through my loop. 2. Okay. Just 2. Oop, oop. Without losing anything. All right. 2 strands. Grab those 2 strands. All right. So you have 3 from this side, and you have the loop going around, and you have the loose strand. The loose strand you're going to take with your other 3. Okay. You're going to move your beads all the way over again, just like we did with the other guys with the 2 strands. All right. It's going to move on down just like before. Hold your strands. Hold your loose strands. Your strand that's attached to your cord roll. Not a big deal. It's kind of going to be loose. All right. All right. 4 strands. Take that one with any of those 3. Doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter at all. And you're going to split them into 2 pairs, and we're going to do what we did before. I have an easier time of doing it this way with the cord in my left hand. All right. So overhand knot. 1, 2, 3. All right. This is a big knot. I like to take my finger between the strands, grab them on either side, and pull a little afterwards, just to make sure that I have it tightened and tensioned on 2 different planes of direction there. Same as before, we snip it. And this time we have 3 and 1. So that's what's going to go there. Now let's see if we can get that knot worked underneath of a bead pretty easily. And that is a very, very sturdy, oversized. Oh, wow, that's such a pretty blue. Honestly, they really are. This cord is cut. All right. I'm not doing the 3 strand again unless I have to with some really big, heavy beads. So, back to the program at hand. I wonder how long that actually took me. I want to say it's more than... Wiggly. You're wiggly. Don't be wiggly. I want to say it was more than 4 minutes, I bet you. It's been a minute since I've done a 3 strand. And I'm definitely not going to show off a 4 strand. I don't have any beads big enough for that right now. Do a little shorter. Pull that off. Set it up there. Oh, hey, that's right. I lost a bead. Okay. Just passed. Over. On that hock of the hook. Pull it through. Pinch it so that I'm holding it real tightly between my thumb and index finger on my left hand. Grab my tail, tuck through the hole. This is so easy, guys. It really is. Now, these are all glass beads, so they're a little bit heavier, but I'm more comfortable with glass. It doesn't scratch the way that acrylic does. It doesn't, it's not plastic. Literally just like, it's not plastic. That's the one thing that gets me about it. I'm happy to not have plastic, but there's also the dyes and all of the stuff that's used to color the beads. And so I guess it's a give and take in many ways. Which thing do you want to wear on your skin? Personally, I like copper. I wear a lot of copper. a lot of copper, you know. Bracelets. Easy to make cuff bracelets. Things that you like. Yep. Back off. It's easier to do this without things on your hands. Much easier. Needle. There you are, needle. Okay. Handy needle. Handy beading needle. This is a type of beading needle, by the way. You can pick this up, I believe, basically anywhere. I've gotten them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Ordered them from jewelry supply companies out of other countries because it's just a basic beading tool. I've got another one here that has no end hook or end the chalk there, the little ring. So this has the hook on the one end and is open on the other, and you would use this the other way. So you would take it and you would string your beads on this end, and you would have your string on the other, and it would stay there. I'm not a fan of these. I feel like they wear on the string too much. It's too tight, and I don't like it. So I don't use it very often. I will use it for the smallest beads I have, which I'm about to get to here in a minute. Let's see. Can you see that? How's that? The colors in these are pretty fantastic. I'm not sure if you can even see it though. These lights are funky. Yeah, you know what? I've got strands of them right now. And that'll help. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Enough fiddling with things that are shiny. Let me see here. Super simple bracelets. Pull my cord out. Elastic cord is fantastic. It's handy. It's easy to get. This is a 500-yard roll. Yes, I had to order it from overseas and wait for it to ship through. And I want to say it cost me around $7 or $8 for a 500-yard roll, which is pretty awesome, guys. It's 1,500 feet. 1,500 feet of elastic. Ordering it here from any of the higher end jewelry supply companies it's just ridiculous. I can't afford it. So my cord comes from overseas, which after buying it and then getting it also from higher end American places, it's the exact same stuff. They're literally just ordering. They even use the same spools. It makes me sick how many people just peel off the Made in China sticker. I get it, but I don't like it. And I'm just like, why can't you just be honest? It's okay. A lot of people are like, yeah, no, okay, I understand why you source your stuff from there, especially for this reason or for that reason. And they also will be like, well, what do you source, from America? Is there anything that you do? And I'm a big supporter of American metals. If you want to support something for American companies and corporations, if you are an American, buy American metals. We have some pretty amazing. Oh, you know what? I don't have enough to do anything out of this. So you guys are extra and you will make up some other kind of pretty bracelet. All right. So if you're going to support American metals, we have higher standards for what we have to do for the land and quality for the miners themselves and the people who were involved in refinery processes, all of that stuff. There is more done for the individual who's in and a part of those corporations and those companies and those mining outfits, and it's just, I feel better about it. I don't feel better about the mines in a lot of other countries, not all other countries. That's you know, that's a whole thing, but everybody's got their own opinion of what is good and what's not for, I guess, the land. And I'm going to support our jobs and our country as much as I can, because that is one of those things that I really like. I don't like having to buy stones from other countries. I don't, but I can't afford most gemstones that are mined in America. And so that's a thing. So I buy copper and silver and beads and whatever else I can get from American sources. But I often have to buy my gemstones, my cabochons, from India because I can afford it. And that's it. Like, that's what it comes down to. I can't afford to spend $45 on a stone just because it's American made. I can't. My pendants cost less than that. I don't want to do that. That makes you feel really bad, to be honest with you, having to charge a price like that. And yes, you can get that for your stones. Of course you can. People who are collecting and who are making an individual piece, you know, and they're not trying to have a craft or you know, anything that's sustainable. That's great for those one-time people. Like, even if, you know, I will buy an expensive stone for my collection. I really will, but I generally won't pay that much money for the stuff that I'm making into pendants and jewelry, because there's just such a high chance for loss, a high chance for someone to steal it. There's a high chance that it's going to drop or be broken in shipping along the way or in the manufacturing process while I'm making it into something else. This is a beautiful red, guys. You see that? This is my daughter's favorite color, and so I am making one of these. It's going to be for her birthday, which is coming up. I'm super excited about it. Is that long enough? Perfect. Just fine. Pick it up. Get it on there. Lay it down. Stretch bracelets are easy. They really are. They take a lot of patience, though. And it took me some time learning how to deal with fiddly things. Okay. Pulled it through the loop. Pull all my beads to the other side. And slide that down. All right. Oops. Dropped my loose strand. That's okay. Nothing went anywhere. Slide those closer together. 1, 2, and 3. Dang it. The count is in my brain. Anybody even know who the count is? Probably if you have children. Okay. Beautiful. Slide the knot under the bead. Oh, slid it too far. Next bead. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. That is a pretty bracelet. I like red. That's nice. Okay. I need to do it just right so that I'm not making it too long. Like that. Probably be great. She's pretty tiny. 10-year-olds usually aren't terribly large. Although, I think that's about the time I went through a major growth spurt. So we'll see how big she is by the end of the summer. Gosh, growth spurts. Such a thing from your childhood. I'm going to flip my needle out, take my loose end, tuck it through my loop, and grab it. do the same thing we've been doing this whole time. Move those beads over. Slide my loop down. Now we're going to tie 3 knots. 1, 2, and 3. Stick our finger between it and pull on either side. And then we're going to snip. And when you're snipping, you're going to snip. It's actually a little bit of a rule. So your scissors, just bring your scissors up and touch the beads and snip. All right. That's usually just fine. And if it's not enough for you, move them out just a little bit away from the bead. And that'll help out a little bit so that you have a little bit of string left for some stretching of the knot, because that can happen. And also just so you don't snip the knot off itself, because then everything is going to go everywhere. That's just going to happen, and that's okay. Let's see what we got here. Beads. Off. Set your needle down. Like I said, these paper plates are fantastic. I think this is an 8 or 9 inch plate, something simple like that. But if you have a regular, just a plate, be perfect. Something with a lip on either side. On either side, a lip around the edge of the plate, and it'll hold your needle. You can also make a needle out of 26 gauge wire, round wire. You want to use 26 gauge round wire, not half round, not square, because that will cause cuts in your elastic fabric. 1, 2. All right, guys. What is it? Oh my gosh. You guys need cuddles. I'm not really cuddly with chickens, but you know, you guys have been pretty friendly. Don't know if you guys can hear them. There are 13 baby chicks and a little brooder over there. And they would, well, it's not little. It's not little. They'd like to come into the out now. I know, guys. You would be so cold outside, though. I know. It's just very windy, very cold out here in Missouri today. Right. You know what? We'll do a little short on that. These also work for. These also work really well. These little snack compartment things are great for copper and beadwork too, or whatever you're doing, to be honest. Great for crafting. Got a little nook for all your things. I work right on top of it. You guys have food and water and clean bedding and a nice warm light, and you have each other. I know it's boring in there. I'm surprised they're not scratching up their bedding. Having a good time with it. They love to dig. Chickens like to dig. They love to scratch. It's a, you know, that's a whole thing. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get moving. Snip, snip. Nope, fine. We go the other way. Perfect. What we got here? Yeah, we'll actually go ahead and make this into its own bracelet as well. Red is a popular color with children. go. Take our tip and make sure it's just past the length of the beads on there. Grab my finger, stick it on the jigger. And flip our needle back out, grab our tiny tail. And thread it through the hole. There we go. On the other side. As you're pulling these to the other side, it'll also work those strings and stretch them a little bit because your elastic stuff stretches out. It really does. Another reason why I want you to do the 3 knot. 1, 2, 3. All right. Pull that out of the way. Oop, just threw it. Wonderful. Little bitty. Oh, yeah. Little bitty bracelets. All right. Let me see. We're going for 51 minutes. All right. Nobody's watching. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great day.